Congratulations on the film. I got to see the midnight screening the other night. I think you were sitting right behind me and enjoying it just as much as everyone else.
That was the first time that I'd seen the movie, so I was very nervous. And I, like you said, I was having all the same reactions that the audience was having, which were, I was disgusted and laughing, and yeah, that was it.
Well, in the film, I mean, you're essentially playing a voyeur, so it must be a strange circumstance to be reliving that experience.
Yeah, no, definitely, and but I mean, I enjoyed every second of it. It's weird watching yourself. It's like listening to your own voicemail message and like, oh my god, like do I really sound like that? But I love those guys. I love David Koechner and Heath. I love Pat. Obviously, he's one of my favorite people. And so I love watching the movie and being like, oh yeah, that day, and reenacting the whole experience, which was a great experience.
When we were talking to Pat, we were saying how with the sort of lead role is kind of switched for the innkeepers.
Yeah.
And so what was it like working with Pat again?
Well, how I got involved in this project was I got sent the script and I read it and I was really scared. I was like, I don't know if I can be someone, so I just didn't know. That kind of thing really scared me, sort of playing that kind of person, and I'd never done that before. I didn't know if I could pull it off. And I didn't know, but Pat was attached to play Craig, or he was in talks about it, and he called me and he was like, they want you to play Violet, we should work together again, you should do this. And immediately I was like, oh, I don't care. I don't care if I'm scared. I don't care if I can't do it. I want to work with Pat again. And he is so good in this movie. I mean, I've always been a big fan of Pat. That's why I was like, I'm jumping on board anything that Pat does. He really is, I think he totally reaches like another level in this movie. And I love the guy, so.
It looked like it was a fun role to play. You didn't have to worry. I was saying about you were the one that didn't have to worry about all the blood and the makeup and.
I know. I didn't really do anything. I kind of just was like bored all the time and on my phone, and I feel like everyone either knows a person like that, or has seen a person like that, and so I just. But there's more to her than meets the eye. Really, you find out towards the end of the movie that just how messed up she is, but it was really fun to play that kind of person.
Is it something? Have you played a role like that before? When I've seen you in other roles, it's not normally as you're probably normally the one screaming a bit more.
Yeah, I know. I've never played someone like her. I mean, she's kind of psychotic in a way, because she gets off on these guys doing these horrible things. And then you can see, without giving away the movie, I guess, or anything, but you can see the progression. He gets punched in the face. She's not amused. She's just waiting for the real shit to go down at the end. And when it gets really bad, it's getting really violent. It's the first time she's worked up and she's excited about it. And so I've never played anyone like that, and it's hard because I usually play characters where I can find a small part of myself in it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know that person. I'm going to bring that part of myself out, but this person, I'm not like that at all. I'm weird, but I'm not sick. And so I was really scared. It was kind of hard, even though I don't really say a lot. It was hard to sort of get into that mind frame.
Were you actually texting anyone then to keep your mind off things?
I was, yeah, because I'm the whole time on my phone, so I really had my phone, and I was really texting people. I was like, okay, don't respond when I'm filming something, and I need to look like I'm really texting somebody. So, yeah, I did. I wasn't texting Koechner, but he didn't want to give me his number. He knew that I would stalk him, so it's a very dangerous situation.
What was it like working with David? I imagine he'd be an interesting person on the set.
He's literally the funniest person I've ever met in my entire life. I don't know how I'm not supposed to laugh throughout the whole movie. And Evan, the director, was like, just be really bored. You're not listening to him. He's your husband, but you don't really like him that much. You're not amused. And I'm like, but he's so funny. Look what he's doing. So yeah, he's awesome. He's always on. Always doing a bit.